Guys, I know I said I'm not gonna be pulling any more shards. I'm not gonna be getting any more champions, but we have a Duchess lilitu here in the roster, and we also have a Cheshire Cat.
Oh, Cheshire Cat, it's you!
I mean, the Legos here, some good odds. Duchess lilitu is honestly what I'm looking at, you guys. I'm BB, by the way, and you're watching my RSL channel. If you know who I am,
welcome back to the program.
If you're just stumbling across my channel, welcome. I'd like to have you for a while. Stick around as I do another potentially amazing, as these usually tend to be, Prism shard pool.
Do you feel lucky, punk?
I am notoriously lucky with these, but I'm also seeing some champions that are question mark here in the epics. I'm seeing a potential Morak double. I'm seeing a potential Vogoth double. This guy Misiliac has souls that I pulled, but I don't have him. He also looks like a cool champ. I don't know if he's any good, you guys, but you can let me know. He just looks very cool. Like the mushroom, the spore element, well, I guess vibe on champions is one of my favorite vibes on champions. Either way, this is the price, you guys. Duchess lilitu. If I get myself a Duchess lilitu on my Helicat and Volcanoes teams, I mean, she comes with a revive. It's just amazing. She places a veil on everyone, continuous heal. She blocks debuffs for 2 turns and places an increased attack buff on everyone. Again, Veil. Double hitter with the shield, 10% of her max HP for 2 turns on herself, and then the ally with the lowest HP. On her passive, she decreases the damage taken by all allies from AoE attacks by 25%, 15% from bosses, and good ally speed aura in all battles by 19%, guys. Do we need to talk about the Cheshire Cat? Do I need to remind you how crazy this speed nuker is? Another speed nuker that I heard about is Razovorg, who also I think got a skin during this Alice in Wonderland event. Razovorg is the other attack speed damage based champion, but I didn't know about Razovorg. Well, I didn't know about him being cool like that. The first speed nuker that I found out about was Cheshire Cat, and this skill, you guys, wait, this one, each hit of this feline frenzy, which is by the way a triple hitter, will decrease the enemy speed by 1%, so that is 3% just from one hit. This effect does not work against bosses, and each hit will also increase this champion's speed by 1%. Same thing on a triple hitter, that's 3% from one use of the skill, -1 on the cooldown. Once you book it out, takes it down to a 3-turn cooldown, and if this skill kills an enemy, it places a perfect veil on Cheshire Cat and the ally with the lowest turn meter for 2 turns. Some other cool skills like this perfect veil buff on himself and the increased attack, as well as an AoE if he's under a veil or perfect veil. On the passive, the turn meter field effects are 30% more effective if he is under a veil or perfect veil, and also will ignore 15% of the target's defense and inflicting 15% more damage on the passive effect. That does not need any cooldowns.
Pretty good.
And on the active effect, the one that actually takes that 3-turn cooldown, whenever this champion is about to receive a hit that would drop their HP below 20%, blocks incoming damage and places block damage on a perfect veil on himself. Crazy good, Cheshire Cat. Amazing stuff here. So again, I couldn't resist, you guys. And we also have a Nickmo Tar here. Okay, never mind. I'm not gonna go into detail as to why the rest of these are good. Furl is also great. Grand Oak. Maybe we'll get some Sylvan Watchers out of this. Who knows? Also, the Tiger, Ragash. Guys, okay, enough raving. I'm just gonna go ahead and first talk to you about Karato Foxhunter, you guys. You can get your very own Karato Foxhunter for free as a starter champion if you use my promo link, which you can find in the description box below. You guys hold on for just 30 more seconds to find out how this works. All you have to do is set up a brand new email, hit up my promo link. Again, you will find it also in the comment section in case you missed it in the description box. Once you set up your new account on your PC, Karato will be waiting for you in your inbox. And the gist is, if you level up in progress, you are not just gonna get Karato. At level 40, 45, and 50, you're gonna unlock yourself 3 more completely free, really good epic champions that are gonna carry you through different stages of the game. Guys, give this a shot. Set up a brand new account. If you want to, you can use it as your alternative. If you want to, you can just leave it there. But once you're ready, you come back to Karato and you find out he's such a great champion, you guys. It's not to miss out on. Hop on that deal before it expires. Trust me. On to the Prism shard pool, possibly of the year. We really, guys, really, we're gonna put our everything into summoning a Duchess lilitu. I'm just gonna rip the band-aid. We're gonna go for it. And we get ourselves Okay, we get ourselves Celiac Priest Ornn, which is, I think I spent a bit more time talking about this guy. I hope this is a good champion according to most people's standards, because I do have myself a good soul waiting for my Celiac. A double hitter with a poison. Good. Poison is alright. 5% poison debuff for 2 turns. Attacks one enemy twice. Each hit has a 75% chance of instantly activating 5% poison debuff on the target. That's okay. That's alright. 3-turn cooldown. And attacks all enemies, has a 50% chance of placing 2 5% poison debuffs and a 25% poison sensitivity debuff for 2 turn. Heals this champion by 1% of their max HP for each poison debuff placed by this skill. So he's a poisoner. He's just a poisoner! Whenever a poison debuff is activated on an enemy, increases this champion's HP and defense by 5%, stacks up to 25%, resets each round. Okay, Mycelium is good. Mycelium is a good passive skill. I think that he outclasses Kale as a poisoner at least. Also epic HP champion, but he's an epic HP champion. I don't know how to feel about my Celiac. Reading his kit, it's all not that impressive, and I expected a little more out of him, but he could also just be good. Dragon Slayer, Demon Lord, Ice Golem, Faction. Okay, he might help in Dragon. He might outclass Kale there. If I manage to budge up his resistance more of accuracy more than Kale's, he might be better at poisoning. And also would work in a synergy with other poisoners because of that poison sensitivity. I think I could group him up with a Frozen Banshee. Potentially. Great, okay. I might find some use for my Celiac, guys. Not the best, not the worst. I'm happy. We have 3 more Prism shards to pull. Guys, I couldn't afford to buy more, you guys. I can't. This fusion ran me dry this January. So until we get our monthly restock on pay to win. I call them pay to win tokens, but I'm actually talking about money. Let's just go and draw one more shard. Guys, please. God, war. No! Stop it! Woo! We get a double on my Celiac. And we're gonna probably use that as a faction guardian, because we might build out my Celiac #1. Guys, please don't do what you did with Neldor. Please don't. I just need a Duchess lilitu. Whoo! Melga Steelgirdle. I had a hard time pronouncing that. Oh my god, please pay off. You don't look impressive. Attacks one enemy, has a 50% chance of removing 1 random debuff from a random ally. Cannot remove a debuff from this champion. That's a very buck-hungry skill. 9 bucks need to fall down for this to get up to a 75% cooldown. But it's on an A1. If we just make her very, very fast, she could just cleanse some debuffs here. And it's just 1 random debuff, and it's on a random ally. Places a shield buff on all allies equal to 20% of this champion's max HP for 2 turns. Also places a 15% continuous heal buff on all allies for 2 turns. This is an alright skill. Sheer Grit is alright. Revives 2 random allies with 20% HP and 20% turn meter. Once ascended, she places a shield buff on the revived allies for 2 turns equal to 30% of their max HP. 5 turn cooldown is diabolical, but it's a good revive. She's mid, guys. Faction Wars. It's literally the only thing that I thought about. It's the only purpose that I can find for her for the time being. She's probably gonna get outclassed in the dwarves. I'm sour. We have 1 more Prism shard. I need to change my frame of thinking for this one. I'm repelling it, and I know I was luckier when I didn't care as much. When I was blissfully unaware, I pulled Helicath and Volcanoes without even knowing what they do, what the significance of pulling them is for my team. I'm gonna pull this shard without looking. Maybe it's gonna create the same effect. No, it didn't. Oh, but we pulled a Malkith Blood Flock. What do you do, cool looking Knight Revenant guy? Attacks one enemy with a 50% chance of stealing 1 random buff, or stealing 1 random buff from the target. Stealing is cool. Okay, this is good, and it's on an A1, so this needs no cooldown. He can just keep stealing 1 random buff from the target on a hit. That's cool. Attacks all enemies, great. Has a 75% chance, bucking that out to 100, of decreasing the duration of all enemy buffs by 1 turn. Cool. Also has a 75, again 100% booked out chance of increasing the duration of all ally buffs by 1 turn. So it's kind of like a Mad Hatter type beat skill. I like Hemobomb. Again, Knight's Revenant. I think Mad Hatter is also a Knight's Revenant. Am I mistaken? No. Was it Mad Hatter that had this skill? Or was it Cheshire Cat? I think it was Mad Hatter. I like Hemobomb. I like the first one. I like the second one. Let's see what the A3 does. Revives 2 random allies with 30% HP and 30% turn meter. And places a shield buff on all revived allies for 2 turns equal to 30% of this champion's max HP. This is cool. Blood Transfusion is good. On a 4 turn cooldown is good. Increases ally Ally accuracy in faction crypts by 50%. Great faction wars champion. Yeah. And that's really all I can think of. I'm gonna get Mad Hatter that immediately outclasses this guy. What were these pulls, brother? I think I sabotaged myself by saying that I'm notoriously lucky for these. I think I should do what I used to do, and I should release all expectations from these Prism shard pulls, you guys, or any shard pulls for that matter. I got baited from Duchess lilitu and Cheshire Cat, guys. I did get baited. Also, for the ones that are wondering why I pulled today and not tomorrow with the summon rush, I don't think you get points for pulling Prism shards on these summon rushes. I've never seen these give points. So I decided that I'm gonna do it now. Well, I spent a little bit of buck for that. I'm slightly disappointed. Not to say the very least. Probably relatable pools, at least for you guys. I'm seeing this Sand Devil here, and I'm seeing these 40 sitting at 3,800. But you guys, we're barely, like, I calculated how much energy I need to spend to get up there. With the current stages that I'm rating, I needed to spend 3,900, which is about as much energy to get these crystals. Not optimal, and I don't really have the energy to spend like that. I mean, I do right now, but I low-key wanted to save the energy to level up my last Sabitha champions before I fuse them into Mad Hatter.
It's tea time!
I have 3. One is almost level 40, and I'm getting 1 more tomorrow. I have 75 fragments, 25 more from the last summon rush, and we're done. I have all the void potions that are gonna be needed to ascend the last Sabitha. I have enough energy to run them through Nightmare campaign with like one more campaign farmer. Maybe He-Man. Maybe I'm gonna farm Karato Castle again. Or if there's any better, let me show you where I'm at so you can tell me. You can tell me, guys, because you know better than me. I am up to the Deadlands. Could I potentially farm at 6 or 9? Maybe instead of farming the lower stages here. Here I'm comfortable with just plopping He-Man and 2 food champions. Here, I'm not so sure. I'm not sure if I can. So that's why I'm asking you guys, what is the optimal stage to farm my 2 Sabithas here if I haven't gotten to Brimstone Path? Let me know. By farming Karato Castle several times, I finally got myself a Valerie at least. That's something. And I don't know if it came across wrong in one of the previous videos that I made. I don't know if you guys understood me correctly, so I'm just gonna correct myself before any misconceptions happen. I'm actually gonna build out my first Valerie that I got. I think that she has some utility and potential in multiple of my teams, including I've seen her being used for one of the clan bosses, you guys. It must be the Demon Lord. Look at that! Look at the damage on this. 1 key Demon Lord team setup with Wixwell, Haikatoon, Anchorite, Valerie, and Geomancer, the most accessible 4 champions in a Wixwell. That's crazy. Probably really good artifacts on these because I'm seeing not 1 champion, like 2 champions are awakened. You know what I mean? And it's just Haikatoon and Valerie. Whoever you are, dude. And however you set up this team composition, this Valerie here, you're showing me that she has a lot more potential that I give her credit for. And I see her here as well in a 1 key. Where is that? Nightmare. That's Nightmare, you guys. What about Ultra Nightmare? I see Harris here being used in Ultra Nightmare, potentially build in a toxic set for a little bit of poison. Valerie here appearing twice. It's the same guys. It's the same guys. Valerie being used in Nightmare and Ultra Nightmare team is just giving me hope. It's giving me hope for her. So I'm gonna build out the first one that I got. I'm thinking of just farming Karato Castle for a double for Broadmaw, you know, for just a few extra points for the next couple of clan versus clans. And that's that, you guys. Isn't that so exciting? I managed to distract myself from the bitter feeling that this Prism shard summon brought into my throat. What more can I say except we're impatiently waiting for the summon rush to drop. I don't know if you guys saw, you get more points from summoning ancient shards, so hold on to them. You're probably gonna see this on the day. If you see this on the day, I hope you held on to your ancient shards, man. I'm gonna dive into Dragon. I'm gonna keep farming for good speed artifacts. And I'll catch you guys again on the other side. Bye! When am I gonna pull a Duchess lilitu?